Here is what you're going to need for your quesadillas. This is your meat you're going to use today. This is a New York strip. I wanted it to be a thin steak, and this worked out absolutely perfect because I want the smaller pieces inside my taco. I don't want a thick steak in there like a big old ribeye would be. And today we're going to use these smaller flour street style tacos here, tortillas for our tacos. And of course, this Oaxaca cheese, a good Mexican melting cheese, and your limes, avocado, onion, garlic, cilantro, jalapeno, and tomato. This is what you'll need, and we're going to get started. We're fooling around in the kitchen today. Let's have some fun. So now we're going to make a marinade for your steaks. And with the magic of television, chop all of these now. So now this is what you do when you chop this up. This is what it's going to look like. Some of this is for some of the pico that's going to go inside the taco, the pico de gallo. And, of course, some of this is for the marinade, which I'm going to show you right now. Okay, right. Now we're going to make the marinade for this steak. I'm going to marinate this steak in just a plastic bag that you stick back in the refrigerator to absorb all these wonderful seasonings. I have chili powder, cumin, black pepper, and salt with some olive oil, and of course your limes. And all these seasonings here are already kind of pre-mixed here. It's not the point of filling a bag full of seasoning. It's a kind of imagine seasoning the steak you would if you was cooking it as a regular steak you're going to eat. So that's about how much seasoning I put in this amount of seasoning bowl. And with 2 whole limes squeezed into the bag. Of course, a little bit of cilantro, onion, all the garlic, which is, of course, this is to your preference, and some jalapenos to your preference, of course, and a little bit of this tomato. So, and I have some Mexican oregano. Also adding to, when you add Mexican oregano, it's good to actually rub it between your hands to season. And I'm just adding a little bit to that, to the meat. And I'll mix that around and add it to the bag. So this is all what you'll need for your marinade. So I'll put my steaks in this bag. This is going to hold all the liquid and seasoning. So I'm going to add the lime juice first. And then I'll add this powder seasoning. So I'll all mix in. And you can kind of mix it around in the bag. And make sure it covers the meat entirely. And with your handy dandy lemon and lime squeezer, add your limes in here like that. Squeeze out the juice, very easy. And on to the next lime here. This is good. This squeezer is good because it actually gets some of the juice out of the rind here on the outside. Because if you ever notice, if you squeeze the lime from the outside, if you look closely, stuff comes out. So that's good stuff too. Really gets all the juice out here. We're going to use all of these 2 limes in the marinade. And into the bag she goes. And then add your seasoning. Boom. And I'm going to add some of this cilantro. And I'm going to add some onion. I'm going to add all this garlic here. This is several cloves here. And some jalapeno. Okay. So you're going to zip this up. And I'm going to dip. And also, I added olive oil too. So there is more liquid in there. And olive oil and lime juice and everything. Shake it around. All that seasoning in there. Lime juice. I'm going to let this sit in the refrigerator for probably about 30 minutes. I'm sure you could do it longer. Lime juice is going to tenderize the meat somewhat. Not that it really needs it. It's a strip steak, so. But it's going to have a great garlicky lime cilantro flavor for sure. And that's really going to be key for this quesadilla taco. It's going to be so good. Let that sit in the refrigerator for about half an hour to an hour, or probably two. Any longer than that, then I would start getting worried about the lime juice breaking down the meat just a little bit too much and get too tenderized. So half an hour for me, and we'll be right back in about half an hour. Of course, this is your simple pico de gallo with your remainder of your tomato, your onion, your cilantro, and some of the jalapeno. I'm going to add a little bit of salt and a half of a lime. Okay, you're going to mix that together. Mix this together. This is your fresh pico de gallo. This is going to go along with your quesadilla tacos on the side for sure. This is very pleasing to a lot of people. Oh yeah, it's the best. So this is simple. I know half my viewers are from the outside of the United States, and there you have it. This is a wonderful pico de gallo. Tomato, onion, cilantro, lime juice, jalapeno, or the chili of your choice, salt and lime. That's it. Wonderful. And here you have it, ladies and gentlemen. The marinade, what that was in the refrigerator for about 30 minutes. Maybe closer to about 45. It's ready to go in the pan. And here we go. And here it is, after only a few minutes on each side. Well, maybe probably about 5 on each side. It's done. I did cut a little bit here and there because it was curling up, so cut that down so it lay flat. And just pulled it out of the bag. Didn't add any extra juices. It's all what came out after the marinade. So it's in its own marinade juices there, and it's coming out looking just fine. About to pull it out and get that ready for the quesadilla. And what I got here is the steak cooling down, and I will chop the steak up into bite-sized pieces. I like to have them kind of cubed up, so I'm going to cube the steak up like this. I have it little cube pieces, and that's what's going to go into the quesadilla. So now I'm going to build our tacos here in the pan with, I'm going to use a little bit of this avocado oil in the pan. This is going to make the tacos a little crispy on the outside, which I like. Tacos, quesadillas, it's kind of a mixture of the two. So just a little bit of oil there in the pan for that. For comparison's sake, this is the tortilla I'm using today. This is on the package it calls it street style. I call it mini, but this is a normal size tortilla. Excuse me, little pan, you're in the way. So this is a normal size flour tortilla, and this is the street style, which is obviously smaller. So I'm calling it mini because it's a mini me, a bigger one. So here it is with your hot pan with a little bit of oil in the pan. I'm gonna place that tortilla down and add some cheese. This is the Oaxaca cheese, the stringy type of cheese. Right there. That's probably enough. And I'll add some steak and some of the pico. Some of the steak right on there. Right. And Very important. This pico is key. This pico de gallo, you want this in here. Do not omit this pico de gallo. Okay. So let that heat up. Let that cheese melt down just a little bit. Let everything get warmed up. Let that guy cook down a little bit, and we'll flip it over or fold it over. Okay, just to check. It is very toasty on this side. Some has come out, but that's okay. We'll squeeze that over. That looks perfect on this side, so I'm going to go ahead and take this out because I'm assuming it looks exactly the same on the other side, which it does. With that side, get a little bit more toasty. We got some extras hanging out on the side. That's all right. And I'm going to put this on a plate. And start on another one. And here you have it on a plate. These crispy steak quesadilla tacos with some pico. Already had one. They're so good. While everything's still crazy hot, add some of your favorite salsa. Add some cilantro, lime, rice. And what I like, also some black beans on the side. Very healthy. And maybe some avocado. Okay, let's try one of these tacos out. A little rice in there, that's okay. There you go. Still hot. I don't want to have a lot of cheese in that one. That's good right there. This just about does it for this video here. Thanks for watching and stay tuned for more Tex-Mex Chef in the future.